Inspires change. Music that revives memories. The powerful 1520. The views and opinions expressed on KYND 1520 talk programs are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its owners, management, other hosts, or advertisers. Show topics on this station may include conversations on any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practices. KYND, a Synergy Broadcasting Company.
You are waking up to the Be Incredibly Well Morning Show. It's time to step out of your comfort zone. Time for you to get unstuck and take responsibility for your life. We bring you hope. We provide you with solutions on how to move forward in life. Just to make it plain, I'm here to shake you up, guys. Strengthen your confidence to help you do, be, and give more. The Be Incredibly Well Morning Show focuses on every aspect of you. Why? 3 words. Because you matter. I am Tosha Evans, empowerment speaker, author, and life coach. Your journey toward becoming incredibly well starts now.
Morning. How are you guys doing? Always a pleasure, guys, to connect with you. So excited. Thank you for waking up to the Be Incredibly Well Morning Show. I am your host, Tosha Evans. So excited. My February co-host, best bud of all time, big bro, Tyrone Smith. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks for having me. Good morning, everybody.
How you doing, man?
I'm living the dream.
Living the dream. Guys, and also our featured guest today, so excited, Dr. Anthony Vasquez. How are you doing?
I do well. Thanks for having me this morning.
We are cutting up, y'all. I am just thrilled. A little bit of a different setup. As you see, we have a power-packed show for you today. We're normally on the other side of the studio. Today we are on this side. I'm so excited. How you like it, Ty?
Man, this is sweet, man. We're looking forward to it, man. Got my man Dr. V in. Then we got Ryan Terry, the NFL great, coming up the next 30-minute segment. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome. So you want to stay connected. You want to tag. You want to share. Hey, Ty, don't forget to tag and share on yours, too.
Yes, we're going to definitely make sure we tag and share.
Absolutely. Y'all, you want to tag and share because we're promoting the message of well-being. So excited, so grateful. Guys, this entire platform started with just a book. Be Incredibly Well, Journey to a Better You. So I want to encourage you guys, despise not the day of small beginnings, because as a result of the book, God has moved this into an incredible movement. I'm so grateful. Now we're on radio. Ty, we did our first TV appearance this week. I didn't get a chance to tell you. So yes, so stay tuned on that.
Stuff.
Yes, so be encouraged, guys. The whole point of this platform, this movement, is to encourage you, to let you know that your life can positively transform. We bring you hope. Within this platform, we also are very much committed to providing you with solutions on how to move forward in life. So very much committed to that. So excited. So Ty, I'm going to volley this over to you. Why don't you introduce Dr. V for me?
Man, this is Dr. Anthony Vasquez, man, with Cinco Chiropractic Healthcare. He is my personal chiropractor. I mean, He is the bomb.com. He keeps me right. He keeps the entire family right. So, man, it's just really awesome, man, to have you in the studio today, man, so we can delve into all the different things that you do.
Absolutely.
And your capacity of greatness.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much. It's good to be here today. Thank you for having me on the show today.
So we're really excited, as you can tell. So we're going to be going back and forth.
No, that's fine. That's
just
fine.
Laugh with us, have fun with this, and that's the whole point.
Well, all right. I'm game.
I'm liking your shirt, though.
Hey!
Your shirt.
Good plug, good segue, guys. We want to thank Mr. Bo Porter for powering up our show today. Bo, Tyrone, and I are sporting his gear. I'm so excited. I am wearing Real Excellence today. So Bo is very much committed to personal and professional development. He's done amazing things within the community. Ty, you want to talk to us about CORE?
Man, Bo, man, he's my brother from my other mother. He's doing an awesome job. And I'm a part of CORE Men. You know, Champions of Real Excellence. And Real Excellence, Inc. is the first in-class global business conglomerate founded in 2015. They have a multi-divisional aspect where they're really making a great capacity to really impact the world from the inside out. The superior service commitment to personal growth and professional and career development programs are created designed to produce real excellence in all sectors of life. So Bo is doing some major things. So Bo, man, we appreciate you for what you do and what you're about as a man.
Absolutely, guys. And stay connected with us. A lot of exciting things underway with Bo and his team in the months to come. So, and we'll also post more information about CORE and Real Excellence. I'll do a post later on today. So Bo, thank you again. Always a pleasure. Guys, if you missed the broadcast from last week, check out the replay.
Yes. Yes, both did an awesome job, man.
Yes, you did. Expect to be inspired. And so, with that in mind, we're excited about Dr. Vasquez being here today. Ryan Terry closing out the show today. Guys, get ready. We have so much fun. Our subject today is well-being for the body and the mind. So, I know I mentioned my book, Be Incredibly Well, Journey to a Better You. And what we're going to do, we're going to take excerpts from the book and focus on our, use that as a focus for our shows going forward. And so, today we're talking about the body and mind and different things that we can do for solutions on how to recover from migraines and arthritis and sciatic nerve and personal injuries and sports injuries and more. So let's go. So time to kick us off.
I mean, so think about this for a moment. I mean, why become a chiropractor?
Why become a chiropractor? Well,
no, I mean, 'cause I know it's like a loaded question, I mean, but, you know.
Yes.
Well, you know, chiropractor wasn't my first choice. You know, I was actually gearing up to be a mechanical engineer, and I had a chiropractor, a friend of mine, that got rid of my migraines.
Right.
Impacted my life tremendously. And, I mean, he literally changed my life, and I was young back then, and 20-some-odd years ago. And when he got rid of my migraines, you know, I just asked myself, I mean, how can I help somebody else with these? Because, you know, my mother would freak out. I would bang my head on the concrete.
Right.
Because the pain was so unbearable.
Wait a minute. We can't just move past that. You would bang your head.
Oh yeah. Yes.
On the concrete.
On the concrete.
Yeah. You know, and that's.
If I raise my leg on the concrete.
No.
But if you would bang purposely.
Yeah, purposely. It was purposely because the pain was just so overbearing that that pain from banging my head was actually better than the pain that I had, you know, up in my head from that migraine.
Wow.
And that's usually when I can tell my patients when they come in that they have a true migraine is they're incapacitated.
Wow.
You know? So those things started back when I was maybe 9, 10 years old. And when
what do you think caused them? Do you have any idea? Or?
Well, now I do. Back then I didn't.
Yeah.
And, you know, my mother would take me from doctor to doctor, and they would give me medication, and it would just knock me out. If I was lucky, I'd wake up without a headache.
Right.
And most of the time, I'd just lose 2 days of my life, you know, to this nasty pain that I had just ringing in my head.
Yes.
And, well, you know, I had a friend of mine that we would train at the gym, and I told him, hey, listen, I got to stop. And he said, what's going on? I told him, you know, I feel this migraine coming on. So he kind of sat me down, asked me a few questions, and then he laid me on the table. He goes, come over here, lay on this table. And so I'm laying on the table, and he grabs my head. Those of you that are listening probably won't be able to see this, but those of you that are watching, he grabbed my head in his arms, and he just went north with it. And I swear, I thought he was going to be Tyrone taking a football out of a defender, somebody carrying the ball, right?
Yeah.
And it sounded like a gun going off in my head. I said, well, what are you doing?
Right.
He said, I'm a chiropractor. He explained it to me very well, what a chiropractor is.
Right.
And he did that for 2-3 times a day, every day, for about a month straight.
Wow.
And that was when I was 18, and I haven't had a migraine since then.
Wow. So what was he doing? Is that realignment?
That was that was an adjustment.
Okay.
It was an adjustment, you know, simply put. Even to this day, I don't know that type of adjustment that he performed on me, because there's different types of adjustments that you can perform.
Yes.
And but it worked for me,
Yes.
and it's worked for tons of my patients. And when we kind of stepped it up a notch also in our office, because now we address other things than just the physical. You know, we address the hormonal dysregulations and things that could trigger the migraines. You know, simple food sensitivities.
So it started out as you were training first, right? And then you decided to become a mechanical engineer.
Well, I was working at a gym. I worked at the gym.
Worked at a gym.
Yes.
And you decided, okay, I want to be an
And I was going to school.
Yes.
For mechanical engineering.
And then from there, so I'm just so fascinated by this, because I want to encourage you, Dr. Vasquez, 10 years straight.
Oh, yeah.
Schooling. So that's every fall, every spring, every summer.
Wow.
Every summer session, every mini session, every regular session. You know, I think they kicked me out of undergrad. I took so many of their courses, so there was nothing else for me to take.
Right.
So I had to kind of.
But I love the
move on.
perseverance.
Yeah.
You know, because think about it, Ty. I mean, it's one thing to decide you want to go to college, then to change your major, and then be there for 10 years. So I love that, because you stuck with it, and as a result of it, look at the great, you know, fruits that you're experiencing. So be encouraged today, guys. We are very much committed to providing you with solutions, bringing you hope, encouraging you. fascinating story of banging our head on the concrete. You know?
Right.
There are easier ways to do it.
Yes, please don't do that. We don't recommend that. But just your journey, you know, to move forward. Talk to us about that. So the platform, our movement is based on well-being. Talk to us about what you do to support your personal well-being.
Well, my personal well-being, I follow essentially what I try to teach my patients in the office. You know, I eat 5 meals a day, 3 square meals, 2 protein shakes in between. I supplement simply because it's almost impossible to extract the nutrients out of your foods nowadays from these genetically modified foods. And I stay away from the foods that I know that I'm sensitive to. Not allergies, everybody typically knows what they're allergic to, but these are sensitivities that can trigger something in me. And I keep up with the current literature, the research, that way I can pass it on. I use it for myself, my family, that I can pass it on to my patients as well. So those are the things that I find keep me healthy, keep a lot of my patients healthy, keep them happy, because they're pain-free, disease-free, and stress-free for the most part.
I mean, I can definitely relate. I mean, being one of your patients, after playing professional football for 4 years and having fractured vertebrae and knee surgeries and arthritic kneecaps and arthritic shoulders, I'm a true testament of the work that you do and the value of your service as well. So I appreciate you.
No, thank you. Thank you for saying that. That means a lot to me. This is one of the reasons I got into this realm of healthcare, is because of the return that I get, and this is the type of return that I look for. It's overwhelming at times. Sometimes my patients come in the office and cry. But this is what I live for.
Or limp in the office.
Oh yeah.
Every now and then I limp in the office.
As long as you don't limp out, you're okay.
Every now and then I would literally limp in the office because my sciatic nerve would be so painful.
Wow.
But I would walk straight. Once I'm leaving. Yes.
So walk us through that. So your patient comes in. They're, suffer from, let's say, sciatic nerve issue. So what does that process look like?
Well, every patient is different. I don't have any cookie cutters in my office, right? What works for one may not work for the other. So we kind of tweak it around for that patient to make sure that, one, it's not too painful for the patient, because Ty's he's unique in that, I'll tell you, I'll lay into him and I'll work some sciatic issues where most people are crying and screaming. This guy's just like, he's on his phone, he's
high tolerance for pain.
There's extreme high tolerance for pain. But we do some stretching, we do some muscle work on them, we do some physical therapy with the electrical stimulation, some ultrasound, and some active release therapy. Then at times some patients want something to do at home, so that's when I send them over with some modifications in their diet, because there are some triggers for that inflammatory process that we try to control. And actually a lot of the times I'll send them over to Terry, right? Because they have to be stretched more than what I can really devote, more than the time that I can devote to them. And he can really, really work into that patient's joints and go beyond what I do as far as stretching that patient out.
I love that. Guys, listen, if you are watching, if you know someone who may be suffering from different ailments, arthritis, migraines, anxiety nerve, and different variations of injuries, we want you to know you don't have to live that way. You can get help. There are resources available to you. Dr. Vasquez, Mr. Ryan Terry, are great resources for you. We're all about providing you with solutions on how to move forward. Just starting with a conversation. Reach out and do a consultation. It can't hurt. So what we're going to do quickly is we're going to take a quick break. You guys want to stay connected to all the amazing things going on within our programming this morning. When we come back, we're going to continue our discussion with Dr. Vasquez, and we're going to talk about what we can do to take our healthcare to another level. So take it easy. We'll be right back. Keep it locked.
From spring to Sugarland, on the air everywhere. The powerful 1520. The power of a community lies in the strength of its leaders. Throughout history, powerful leaders have emerged to help guide our community through difficult times. When a leader emerges, they make a commitment to the ones they serve to help them through challenges, encourage them to move to greater heights, and to celebrate them when they have victories. For more than 21 years, Bayway Lincoln has celebrated our diversity and supported our communities. Bayway Lincoln, a part of the Bayway Auto Group, a family-owned auto group, is one of the fastest growing dealers in Houston. Bayway Lincoln has been awarded the prestigious Triple Crown Award for quality service. Bayway Lincoln, Volkswagen of the Woodlands, Bayshore Dodge, Bayway Volvo. The Bayway family has been longtime champions of diversity and would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the leaders of the past and encourage the leaders of the future. We invite you to come and find out what's made Bayway Lincoln an award-winning dealership for over 2 decades. Go to baywaylincoln.com or call 281-929-6500. That's 281-929-6500. Bayway Lincoln, strengthening our community for a better tomorrow.
This is Carla J, inviting you to join the new Sound Off with Carla J as we discuss pop culture, today's music, hottest gossip, sports, and a whole lot more. It's going to be crazy. You'll never know what shenanigans the guys will be up to and who'll be visiting the studio. Thursdays, 6 p.m. here on 1520 KYND.
Apple and Android users, be sure and download the KYND radio app and don't miss Sound Off. KYND 1520, KYNDradio.com.
We're back.
We are back. Thank you so much for staying connected with us, guys. If you are just now tuning in to the Be Incredibly Well morning show, we want to thank you for waking up with us. I'm your host, Tosha Evans, our February co-host. None other, Mr. NFL great Tyrone Smith, and our featured guest today, Mr. Dr. Anthony Vasquez. So thank you guys for being here. Just a great first half, guys. So exciting. We're talking about well-being, how it affects your body, your mind. We're getting into arthritis. We're talking about excited nerve. We're talking about migraines. We're talking about injuries and different things that you can do, solutions on how to move forward. So, because so many people are just suffering or living with these ailments because they think, well, I have arthritis. My mom had it. My grandmother had it. So I just have to live this way. And so we're all about solutions on this platform, on this movement. We're here to shake you up and let you know that you have options. You know, the three favorite words that I like to use is because you matter. Okay, your health matters, your finance matters, just every aspect of you matters. And so we're going to continue our discussion with Dr. Vasquez, chiropractor, here in the Katy area of Houston. So, Ty, let's just go.
Let's go. I mean, when I think about healthcare and wholeness and well-being, I think about the capacity of my family. I think about that. Not only do I utilize Dr. Vasquez services, both myself, my sons, and my wife. So it's an entire family affair. So how can we take healthcare to another level in regards to your points and your opinion?
Well, we can always take your healthcare to another level. We can start with a diet, basic diet it's good. You can take a paleo diet and make it better. You can even make that diet very specific for that patient.
Yes.
And I'll give you an example for that. All professionals agree that spinach is healthy, and they incorporate spinach in your diet or some type of green. And this is for any kind of food, by the way, but we're talking about a healthy food.
Yes.
If we find that patient has a sensitivity to that spinach, well, why are we going to put it into their diet when it can cause the inflammatory response that can trigger the headache, the arthritic pain, or the sciatic issue, right? Yes. And it's just a small trigger. Things that people don't really realize that they can do, right? You can also look at that diet and kind of look at your hormones, right? The things that govern the sugar in your system. Because everything is broken down into sugar. So your cortisol and your insulin loads are very, very important to really address, because if not, they play on the way you handle your sugar, and if you can't handle the sugars very well, that can lead to an inflammatory process.
You actually helped me with that as well, because, you know, I actually took, had a blood test.
That's right.
You know, and I found out, you know, I go to Chipotle often, you know, and I get, you know, the rice bowl with the black beans and the chicken, and I found out, you know, through the blood work that actually I should use pinto beans rather than black beans.
Wow.
I'm allergic to black beans.
So, yeah, you know, these things are something that you kind of have to dwell into that patient's history, and you take it to another level. You take the diet to another level. I've had, you know, diabetics that come to me, and they say, well, you know, my doctors told me that peanut butter is my friend. I was like, no, well, you know, you have an inflammatory condition to your to your pancreas. And peanut butter has too many allergens associated with it, so that can drive you deeper into that diabetic realm, and having that inability to handle the sugars, right? So,
and I love the fact that it's not cookie cutter. Your services with all of your patients different. You purposely sit down and you customize, you connect with, figure out what's going on with them.
Absolutely,
so
absolutely.
That's the good. And you know what? So we mentioned earlier today, we're talking about well-being, body and mind, and different ailments, arthritis, sciatic nerve, personal injury. But what are some other things, other ailments that people are living with, and they don't really have to? You know, the migraines, we know about that.
Yeah.
But
well, you know, I see a lot in my office, autoimmune disorders, thyroid conditions, Hashimoto's thyroiditis. We see, you know, things that, blood pressure issues, right? And these things have an underlying inflammatory cause. And as a functional patient, you know, we find out what is that inflammatory cause, what causes it, instead of trying to block an enzyme or reduce the body's ability to fight anything off. You know, when you take a medication, it usually puts down your immune system. Right now you're symptom free because your body just can't express anything at this point.
You have to share the story of the young lady with the hormonal issues. Visited your office that was trying to get pregnant.
Oh wow!
You got to hear this time.
Excuse me. Yeah, well, she initially came into the office because she was in an auto accident. So we treated the auto accident. Then she told me she suffered from migraines for years. I was like, oh, you know, we get pretty good migraine results. How would you like to try to be a functional medicine patient? Kind of explain that to her a little bit. And she was game, and we got rid of her headaches. And in doing so, you know, we do three main things. One of them is we address the hormones, the cortisol and the insulin in the body. We address the food sensitivities, kind of like that spinach thing that we talked about, right? And we address the neurotransmitter in the brain, the dopamine, the things that give you the cravings. And when I was explaining this to her, and I said, and also your you know, it's medical part. Your menstrual cycle might be a little altered, so don't get too worried about it. It'll kind of level itself out, and take precautions over pregnancy. And she's like, Doc, we've been trying to get pregnant for over a decade.
Wow.
And you know, in vitro from one doctor to another, and it hasn't happened for us. So they opted to adopt. They adopted sisters. You know, same mother, different ages, and two beautiful little girls. And I walked into the office one day, and I saw her and my wife. My wife is my office manager. They were in the hallway, and they were talking, and you know, they kind of stared at me, and you know, like a deer looking at a headlight. And I'm like, well, what's going on? And they're like, come here, come with us. So they took me by the arm to the back in one of the exam rooms. And as I'm walking back there, I'm looking into my wife's eyes, and I look at my patient's eyes, and they look like they've been crying. You know, they was a little bit glazy. And I'm like, what's going on? Am I in trouble? Did I do something? That's the first thing I'm thinking. And so we get in the room, and she's like, I got something to show you. She says, look at this. She pulls out her phone, and she holds it up, and it's a pregnancy test. And it's got two big plus signs on there.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh my goodness, look at this. You know. So you know, that's one of the stories that I tell a lot of my patients as an inspirational attribute to not give up on what other professionals may tell you, because sometimes it's not up to them. You know, it might be up to you, and it might be something that you don't look at. You know, you got to think outside the box a bit.
Wow.
So, and they have a 1-year-old healthy baby boy, by the way.
Wow, 1-year-old healthy baby boy. That's
when
awesome.
I heard it, I was like, you know what? Wow, we got to share that. It's so encouraging. It's not. I mean, I just love that the fact that you really connect with your clients.
Right.
And you really, take the time to care about what's going on with them, and you delve deep into this young lady's life to figure out what's going on with her. And I mean, he mentioned, when we met prior to the show, that he's can't promise that he can help you to, get pregnant, but this particular story was just fascinating to me. So.
I mean, I think that's taking healthcare to another level. I mean, it's really about doing the small things great, and I think that's why I appreciate you for what you've done for me personally, as well as my family also.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine, I tell you. It's a joy to have it. When these kids come into the office, man, I tell you, we got to buckle down, because they're a treat to have in the office. They're very respectful. I mean, they're just great kids. We love your kids in the office.
And they're active. And what's amazing, I mean, just how you explain, like, my body structure and my oldest son body structure is just like mine, and just how you can kind of pinpoint those different things as well.
Wow, wealth of knowledge. So, guys, if you are just now tuning in, we're sitting down with Dr. Anthony Vasquez, and in an incredible conversation. He's a chiropractor here in the Houston-Katy area, and just really want to provide you with hope and solutions to let you know that you don't have to live with the various ailments and conditions, and there are resources and opportunities for you to improve your health. And so, Dr. Vasquez, I cannot believe time has flown by.
It has flown by.
Yeah, share with us 2 things that you would inspire our listeners and our viewers today.
Well, I'd like to, kind of address some people that are so caught up in the insurance. I don't have insurance. I can't afford this. And try to motivate them not to be so hung up on a system that's pretty much broken. Right, and to look at it differently, and not to be reactive in their healthcare, but more proactive in their healthcare, right? Because when can we use our insurance? When we're sick,
right?
It's really not insurance. It's a sick care insurance, right? You use it when you're sick. It's sick insurance, right? So take care of yourself when you're healthy. If you have that, the means and the ability to, right? And if you're sick, you can still take that healthcare to another level. Right? But proactivity in your healthcare is key. If you're going to get sick one day, it's going to rain one day, it will happen. But this will ensure that you at least have taken every precaution, and when you do get sick, you can bounce back a lot quicker. Inspirational, kind of goes back to the patient that was didn't really come in to get pregnant in the office. She came in for auto accident and to help with the migraines, which we did help, and we had an added benefit to that, which she was able to have a little boy. The chronic pain patients, the patients that have been told you can't do this is never going to happen for you. You got to ask yourself, when's the last time I felt well?
Right.
When's the last time my doctor actually sat down and listened to me? There are doctors out there that will listen to you. There are people that can help, even those that are in dire need, that they think that they're at the rope's end. There is another solution. There is an avenue so that you can feel better.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I'm telling you. So tell us, how can our listeners and viewers connect with you?
Well, my office direct number, 713-334-3117. You can get in touch with me through our Facebook, which is at Cinco Healthcare, I believe, .com is the Facebook, and it's also my website. And the website actually has some drop-down menus that you can put your information in there, and myself or my wife or one of the girls in the office will give you a call.
Guys, send us questions, too. If you're watching us live on Facebook, any questions that you have for Dr. Vasquez. And the next half of the show, Ryan Terry is here, so we're co-founder of the Stretch Factor. So I'm so excited, guys. A little bit of a different setup. We're going to move these chairs when we come back, and Ryan is going to stretch us out. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Liking the conversation? Tell a friend to tune in to KYND, the kind of talk that inspires change.
Hi.
Yo, what up, world? That's right, Carl Mays, King Motivator, KYND 1520. You better keep it locked. I'm telling you, if you want to stay focused, you want to be great, you want to get what you need, I got you. That's right. Another day, another chance.
The power of a community lies in the strength of its leaders. Throughout history, powerful leaders have emerged to help guide our community through difficult times. When a leader emerges, they make a commitment to the ones they serve to help them through challenges, encourage them to move to greater heights, and to celebrate them when they have victories. For more than 21 years, Bayway Lincoln has celebrated our diversity and supported our communities. Bayway Lincoln, a part of the Bayway Auto Group, a family-owned auto group, is one of the fastest growing dealers in Houston. Bayway Lincoln has been awarded the prestigious Triple Crown Award for quality service. Bayway Lincoln, Volkswagen of the Woodlands, Bayshore Dodge, Bayway Volvo. The Bayway family has been longtime champions of diversity and would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the leaders of the past and encourage the leaders of the future. We invite you to come and find out what's made Bayway Lincoln an award-winning dealership for over 2 decades. Go to baywaylincoln.com or call 281-929-6500. That's 281-929-6500. Bayway Lincoln, strengthening our community for a better tomorrow.
This is Carla J, inviting you to join the new Sound Off with Carla J as we discuss pop culture, today's music, hottest gossip, sports, and a whole lot more. It's going to be crazy. You'll never know what shenanigans the guys will be up to and who'll be visiting the studio. Thursdays, 6 p.m. here on 1520 KYND.
Apple and Android users, be sure and download the KYND radio app. And don't miss Sound Off with Carla J on 1520 KYND.
The formula for success is you must be focused.
This is Bill Russell. If you or your family member are looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, I've got every make, model, and brand. BMW, Range Rover, Ford, Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Mercedes, Lexus, Nissan. Did I say BMW? Of course I did. Before you drive all over town and get jacked around, call Bill Russell at Momentum BMW, 713-596-3100.
Go see Houston's Carlage and Bill Russell now at Momentum BMW Southwest.
Yo, what up, world? That's right, Carl Mays, King Motivator, KYND 1520. You better keep it locked. I'm telling you, if you want to stay focused, you want to be great, you want to get what you need, I got you. That's right. Another day, another chance.
The power of a community lies in the...
I think we're back. Hey, well, Well, thank you so much for tuning into the Be Incredible Well Morning Show. We are back. A little bit of a different setup. We are so excited, guys. The first half of our broadcast had a chance to connect with incredible chiropractor Dr. Anthony Vasquez. So if you missed it, you want to catch the replay. Live with us today is Mr. Ryan Terry. Bless his heart, he has lost his voice, so we're
Man, Ryan is one of my good friends, man. He's a former NFL player for the Arizona Cardinals. He played running back. He's a co-founder of the Stretch Factor. So we're really looking forward to actually having you on the show, Ryan, man, to give you your insight, your expertise in regards to what is it you do as an individual.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So tell us how the Stretch Factor came about.
Okay, I'll try to get through it as quick as ever I can really talk.
Yes.
But, so essentially, when I moved to Texas, I started training athletes on the side, but I became more passionate once I got into flexibility work, because most people lift weights, most people will run, but nobody wants to stretch until they get hurt. So I started noticing the importance of flexibility, and really as it pertains to athletes, how I can increase their performance and also their recovery time.
Yes.
So that's kind of what I started.
And what I love too is, so we go beyond athletes and injuries, but you also assist pregnancy, women that are pregnant. Is it a certain term or a certain? I guess at what point do you stop?
Yeah, well, it can start at any time during the pregnancy.
Yes.
But what we found is in that last trimester, when women are really starting to put on weight, they really start to have a lot of issues, a lot of sciatic back pain, because that baby's just laying on their on their back, and also too, a lot of their pelvic muscles are being stretched out.
Yes.
And so what we've learned is working with them on their flexibility. It really helps. And I actually had a mother that is featured on our site. She actually had her sixth baby, and she was actually able to have a natural birth by working with us in her last trimester.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, so you have the table here, man. I mean, so you're gonna show the audience today just some of the different techniques you're gonna utilize, both myself and Tosha today.
Sure.
Ty's going first. No.
Well, that's most people are afraid to actually get on the table, because most people assume that stretching hurts. And really, with a lot of the new technology and new things that I've learned, you can actually I would say stretch people nowadays, and it won't necessarily hurt. I won't say that you won't feel pressure, but it's not as painful as old school stretching.
So talk us through what you're going to do with Ty today.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Tyrone's left leg underneath the straps here. Okay, so Ty, let me pull you down in here.
Okay.
Okay. And first, and if I could,
watch your step.
I always like to send a shout out to certain people that I've learned different things from. One being a mentor, Mac Newton, and Mac was most famous for the guy that trained Bo Jackson back from his hip injury, and so he had a big influence on my life in flexibility. And Chris Fredericks that owns Stretch to Win, Bob Coley that owns Resistance Fascial Stretch Therapy. Those are some of the names of people that I've learned some different things from. But those names are probably the ones that really had things up for me. So with Tyrone here, what I'm going to do is go ahead and lay back for me, Tyrone. So for example, if Tyrone is coming, assuming that he was having some right hip issues,
yes,
and whatnot. So probably what I would do is I would begin by just picking up his right leg and just relax for me, Ty. Okay. And Ty, if you go put your left arm just up behind your head comfortably for me. Okay. And so. And as where Tyrone has a very tight right.
Yes. Can you switch side? Can you?
Sure, I can.
That way, they can see you on that side.
So, Ty, let's do your left hip. So let's switch legs real quick. All right, so get your right leg in, and let's take your left leg out.
The right leg in, your right leg out.
Yeah, a little hokey pokey here.
And you turn it all about.
Okay, Ty.
Y'all didn't know I was a comedian, did you?
Okay, Ty, and I want you to scoot to me just a little bit here. Okay. All right. And so.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm working the muscles in Ty's left hip and glute. Okay, and thus on an athlete or just a person in general, the stronger your hips are and the more flexible your hips are, the better you're going to perform.
Yes.
But it reigns very well in the athletic world.
Mm-hmm. And so what's your recommendation? So this stretching is for just all levels of whether you're walking, whether you're running, whether you're marathon, I mean, just...
I would say, I know this sounds cliche, stretching is for everybody. Stretching is one of the most natural things that we'll ever do. Human beings, we teach ourselves over the course of a lifetime not to stretch. If you think about it, when you woke up this morning, what's the first thing you did, probably laying in the bed or once you got out of the bed? You did some form of a stretch.
Yeah.
If you watch a cat and dog get up off the floor, they stretch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But human beings, we teach ourselves over a lifetime to not stretch.
Talk to us about the benefits of stretching.
Benefits of stretching can decompress joints. It can help relax muscle tissue. And I think too, like looking at it first from an athlete, from a performance standpoint, most athletes are going to recover better being stretched. I think also too, there's a lot of conditions in life. We're in a very sedimentary lifestyle. So you have a lot of people that sit in the car all day. They sit down. So what happens is they get very tight hip flexors. It puts a lot of stress on their low back.
Yes.
And if those areas are not worked on, it just continues a downhill.
Yes.
So what I'm gonna do here with Tyrone is I'm kind of so this stretch right here. Obviously, the first time working on somebody, you kind of got to take your time.
Yes.
Because this right here, it can be overwhelming if a person is not ready.
Yes. You all right, Ty?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready, man. You ready for the combine, NFL combine?
And so with someone, you want to keep a person comfortable. You want to help relax their central nervous system. You don't want to just try to overpower them here. Okay. And so then with Tyrone, what I'm gonna do here is I'm having you just push through your knee for me, Ty. Okay, and relax. Okay, good.
You know what, guys, this is awesome. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with more with Ryan Terry, and that's co-founder of the Stretch Factor. So keep it locked. We'll be right back, guys.
And relax. Take it.
From Kingwood to Katy, on the air everywhere. Everywhere. The powerful 1520. The power of a community lies in the strength of its leaders. Throughout history, powerful leaders have emerged to help guide our community through difficult times. When a leader emerges, they make a commitment to the ones they serve to help them through challenges, encourage them to move to greater heights, and to celebrate them when they have victories. For more than 21 years, Bayway Lincoln has celebrated our diversity and supported our communities. Bayway Lincoln, a part of the Bayway Auto Group, a family-owned auto group, is one of the fastest-growing dealers in Houston. Bayway Lincoln has been awarded the prestigious Triple Crown Award for quality service. Bayway Lincoln, Volkswagen of the Woodlands, Bayshore Dodge, Bayway Volvo. The Bayway family has been longtime champions of diversity and would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge the leaders of the past and encourage the leaders of the future. We invite you to come and find out what's made Bayway Lincoln an award-winning dealership for over 2 decades. Go to baywaylincoln.com or call 281-929-6500. That's 281-929-6500. Bayway Lincoln, strengthening our...
Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into the Be Incredibly Well Morning Show. Talk about an exciting morning. Top of our hour, we had a chance to sit down with incredible chiropractor, Dr. Anthony Vasquez. Now we are with NFL great Mr. Ryan Terry. He's the co-founder of the Stretch Factor. So a little bit of a different setup, guys. We want to show you a live demonstration on some of the benefits of contacting the Stretch Factor and working with Ty right now. How you doing, Ty?
Man, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I mean, I've had the opportunity to actually personally work with Ryan, after having 6 knee surgeries from playing football, yes.
6 knee surgeries.
6 knee surgeries. My hips are always...
so lightly.
Yes.
6 knee surgeries.
Yeah,
okay,
6 knee surgeries. My hips are always tight, so, connect with Ryan and the Stretch Factor is really beneficial to me, after my NFL career.
Wow.
Yep.
So what are you doing now, Ryan?
So what I've been doing is I've been kind of working on Tyrone's left hip and glute.
Yeah.
And Tyrone he's very tight, which is to be expected. Someone who comes from an athletic background, they put their hips and they put their joints to a lot. And so Tyrone I would be expected for him to be like this, but someone like Tyrone can obviously get a lot of benefit from this as well. And then as I come down to the bottom of the table here, Tosha, so you'll see me pulling back here. So this right here, basically I'm just tractioning out his joints to decompress his joints up his kinetic chain. And so this is just like a brief preview.
Yes.
But when you come into the studio, we essentially work you from head to toe.
Listen, guys, what we mentioned earlier, if you're just not tuning in, stretching is for everybody. Whatever, if you're an athlete, if you are pregnant, if you are even children. Huh?
Yeah. Just to give like a range of our clientele. So our youngest client is a 10-year-old dancer, and probably our oldest client is I believe a 76-year-old lady who's had a knee replacement, and we have everything in between: men, women, athletes, non-athletes. You name it, with stroke patients.
Wow.
A lot of different patients.
Well, I think it's my turn. So I tried to get Ty to go first. I was hoping we ran out of time.
Yeah.
But my turn, I think.
No, you'll be
on.
All right. So Tosha, what I'm gonna do with you is I'm gonna work on your hip flexor.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get your left leg in underneath the strap.
Okay.
Okay. All right. All right, leave your right leg out for me. Yep. And just put your right leg over. Okay. And what we'll do is let me just pull you down in here. Okay. So your next thing I want you to do is I just want you to roll, let's lay back, but roll over to your left side. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of shift here. Yeah. All right. So Tosha, so just what I want you to do here is I want you to keep your upper body rolled that way for me right there. Okay. And so now, my focus here is I'm working on Tosha's hip flexor, okay? So Tosha, what I want you to do for me is I want you just to totally relax, okay? And just nice and relaxed for me.
He is stretching me out.
He's stretching you out. He's getting you ready, man.
Ty, you were so cool when you did it.
I'm definitely used to it, man. Between Dr. Vasquez and Ryan, man, I'm ready for anything.
Okay.
But it's truly beneficial.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, not only have I went to the Stretch Factor, but like I said before as well, I've taken my son TJ to be worked on because his body contour is just like mine, so he has a lot of the same, issues that I have going on because of our body structure. So
how old is TJ?
TJ's 10 years old.
Wow.
TJ's 10 years old.
So what are you doing now, Ryan?
So if you could probably, are you feeling most of your tension like on the front of you? So this is your hip flexor and psoas area. So I'm really working that. So remember when we were talking about like people sitting in a car all day,
right,
or sitting at a desk. So this is one area where they get tight. Another bad thing that can happen due to that, you get tight here, and it puts a lot of pressure on your low back. So as you can see, I was working Tyrone's hip, which was on the more on the back side of his body. Right. Now I'm working your hip flexor, which is on the front side. Kind of balance that out. All right, so and just relax for me, Tosha, nice and easy.
Okay.
Okay, gotcha. So is it as bad as you thought it was?
No, it really wasn't. I was a little nervous, y'all. I was like, uh-oh. That's why I tried to put Tyrone first.
You had that look on your face.
Yeah. So all right. So now you can just roll back out on your back for me.
Okay.
Okay. And just totally relax your leg. I got you. Yep.
This is great, guys.
Yeah.
Ryan is really stretching Tosha out. He's getting her ready.
I'll tell you what, if we got a little bit, I'll get into your hamstring just a little bit here, Tosha. We won't do anything too crazy here.
So right now, what is this work? This is working on a hamstring?
On a hamstring.
I'm ready for a run, y'all. Let's go.
Exactly.
Top, let's do 3 miles.
Do 3 miles?
You want to?
All right, but you do 2.5 miles, and I do the other 0.5, the other half mile. How about that?
He hesitated, y'all.
You hear the hesitation in my voice? So Ryan, explain, man, what is FAST while you're stretching Tosha?
Okay,
what is FAST?
So FAST is basically the system that we've created at the Stretch Factor. It's functional assisted stretch therapy. So really, it's a combination of like I say, I went through several certifications over the years,
right.
Through the past 4 years, and essentially what I started working on were things that I thought that I could perfect.
Right.
It's like certain things you learn in the classroom, and then you go out and apply them.
Right.
And so over time, what I've done is kind of created my own system. Number one, I wanted to do something that was better on the client first.
Right.
So I started looking at different stretches and ways I could perfect things for the client. Secondly, I had to do things that would help me out as well, because there are certain stretches and certain positions that you get in that can be a lot of stress on the therapist as well. And so and the stretches that I do, they're functional. Everything you do, you want it to be functional. And so it's the stretches we do, they're functional. We're assisting you, we're stretching you, and it is therapy. So that's how I developed the name.
I can truly say after I went through my first session, I mean, I felt really good, and it felt like I had like a full body workout as well. Yeah. I felt really good about it, yes.
Yeah, and then over progression as a person's been stretched, and once you come in with an understanding of knowing what's going to happen, your nervous system will tend to calm down, and we'll be able to go deeper and deeper into the stretches without it feeling as tough as the first time as you're coming in.
Good deal.
Ryan, we sincerely appreciate you. I hate that time continues to go by so fast. Before we wrap up, would just share with us one thing you would encourage our listeners and our viewers today?
Well, I would encourage listeners, number one, to start to get on a maintenance program now. And when I say maintenance program, it doesn't have to be all about the Stretch Factor.
Yes.
With Dr. Vasquez on earlier, who's a chiropractor.
Yes.
There's massage therapists. There are all these different therapies out here. Get yourself on some type of maintenance therapy now, especially I would say people into your 20s and 30s and 40s, so that on the back end you're going to be a lot healthier. So I would say that would be one big thing that I would tell people to do. Don't wait until time is up to start maintaining your body.
How can our listeners and viewers, contact you?
There's a couple different ways. The phone number to the studio is 281-394-2831. And our website is www.thestretchfactor.com, and on Facebook is Stretch Factor. And you can go to those different places, look at our reviews, find out what people are saying, and also any new information that we have coming out. And we have a wonderful, getting back to the prenatal stretch program, we've seen a lot of progress with that. And I would say for a lady that's moving into that third trimester, come see us. Definitely.
You heard it from Ryan Terry. We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Be Incredibly Well Morning Show. Ty, how do we do?
Man, awesome job, man. Awesome job, Dr. Vasquez, Ryan. Of course, again, big shout out, man, to Bo Porter with Real Excellence Inc.
Absolutely.
Champions of, just doing it in a major way. You know what I mean? A real excellence.
We appreciate you.
Bo Porter, love you, man.
Yes.
And I'm also a member of CORE as well, so
Champions of Real Excellence. That's what it's about in the house today.
Absolutely, guys. For more information, definitely stay connected to us. A lot of exciting things underway with Bo and his team. And so we'll post more about the Stretch Factor, Dr. Vasquez, and also Bo Porter and his team and all the amazing things they have going on. So for more information as well. Hey, Ty, don't forget to tell them where can they find you, your copy of your book. What's your
Man,
website?
you can get a copy of my book at TyroneSmith24.com, TYRONESMITH24.com.
And guys, you don't forget, you want to tag, you want to share this message of well-being for the body and the mind. We want to encourage and inspire not you as well as your family members and others, God, because we are really spreading the message of being incredibly well. So don't forget to tag, don't forget to share. For more information, check out beincrediblywell.com. So we're out. Have a great weekend, guys, and be incredibly well.
Take care.
Oh, and by the way, where's my book at, man?
Uh-oh.
I know, right? I'm sorry, dude. I got you, dude. I got you.
Gotta put some plans right there.
I know, right? We're off air now.
Yeah.
Yes.
1520 KYND. KYND presents these African American history facts.
This month, we begin the observance of an idea advanced through the scholarship, effort, and inspiration of Carter G. Woodson. It was due to his commitment to knowledge of self that Negro History Week began in 1926 and morphed into what we know today as African American History Month. Of course, today we recognize that the extent and depth of African Americans' contributions, not only to American society, but humanity at large, is interwoven in the very fabric of our lives. So it is with much gratitude to Dr.